Here you, here you see Maximilian being born in a planned choreographed C-section, June 2005. I'm on the table with PTSD, trauma, and fear. Less than a year earlier, Nelly died during birth. I was not listened to. My co-founder Linnea battles 2 postpartum depressions a decade later. Maternal mental health is in crisis. And that is why we're building Omaia, the solution we desperately needed. But we are not alone. 200 women in the UK every year suffers from anxiety and fear during their pregnancies. The risks of complications, depressions, maternal mental health issues for mother and child is increasing. The staggering cost of 9.1 billion euro a year. And we know if we can just prevent 1 case of postpartum depressions, we will save 84,000 euro. And that is why we're building Omaia. Omaia is a digital program co-created with midwives and psychologists, fueled by AI technology to reduce anxiety and fear and improve birth outcomes. It's 24/7 mental support. It is personalized exercises, and it's scalable and accessible to bridge the gap that we see in the market today. The market is valued at 1.5 billion and growing. We do see an underserved segment in the UK and Nordics, and we're targeting the already 2+ million policyholders with maternity policy and maternity care. We're targeting 10,000 members by year 2. Do we believe they are willing to pay? Yes, we will reduce claims, complications, improve resource use, as well as patient outcomes. The primary channel is B2B with a vertical SaaS, and we target insurance companies and employers. We do target a gross margin of 90% and a healthy 4 times LTV to CAC ratio. Our secondary channel is direct to consumer to validate willingness to pay, as well as gathering data. We see real traction and early signs of demands. We have a growing community. We have a strong ecosystem of support across UK and Sweden. And we also have 3 letters of intent with public and private healthcare in the UK. We also have very positive talks with insurers and employers about pilots starting next year. Speed to market is of essence, and we plan a launch in the UK in Q3 next year to then scale to Nordics and then go global. We have an experienced team blending commercial and technical knowledge with clinical expertise, and now we need to extend our runway. And that is why we're opening up for an angel round to take us to launch. Omaia is addressing maternal mental health. Omaia is also the gift from Nelly to the world. If you do believe and support us in reducing suffering and costs, why not grab us here after this talk? Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Nina. Who wants to go first?
Hi, Nina. Thank you so much for sharing. I think you're working on a very important industry. If we just take a step back, I think there's a lot of different axes you can bring Omaia. So whether that's offline, online, whether that's going through life cycle of pregnancy to just broader female wellness. So I'm very curious, like, where do you see this company in 10 years' time?
We do see that we are expanding the use cases from pregnancy. We see both pre-pregnancy as well as after pregnancy, as well as other target groups like partners. So we definitely see that we are catering to a broader phase and you can say mental health in general.
Hi, thanks. You have a couple of medical claims, so what's the status? Are you within the medical device regulations, and is there a classification you need to follow, and where are you standing there?
So we're launching as a health tech, but there is a letter of intent, and we will start with clinical validation as soon as we have the product ready. So that will be the plan longer term.
First of all, thank you so much for sharing your story. And maybe to ask a little bit about choosing to scale with insurance providers as well. I mean, historically, they haven't always been the easiest ones to work with or to scale with as well. So we'd love to understand, based on your initial conversations with them, what have been like the key learnings, and what do you feel has been the things that really resonate with them?
I think what the key learnings are is that they do see that anything that can prevent and reduce risk profile and prevent any escalation or claims to happen is of high interest. That is what we have to prove. So the challenge will be to prove the ROI with the hypothesis that we will affect, you can say, the outcomes and thereby reducing risks and claims for them. There is also an upside to actually adding value with the mental support, which is not catered to today in their product. So that's another opportunity.
Just very quickly, thank you so much. How do you see, like, is this more going towards like the users themselves, just identifying and kind of like using this as their own tool, versus that is more like a tool for the professionals to have like a better control and take better care of their patients?
So primarily, it's for the target user, i.e. the pregnant person, but we already talk to midwives and experts that needs to extend their services, so they are interested in the data. And they're interested that we are helping their patients. But you can say that it will be both over time when we target the long term.
All right, thank you for the questions. Thank you, Nina. Let's one more time give a big hand.
Thank you very much.